Yeah.
Hey guys, I just got back from my long run and I decided to do a part 2 of my tips for beginner runners because some things came up in my mind as I was running and I thought I should share them with you. And I have some notes down here because you know I always have to have my notes. So one of the things that I try to do every week when I don't have an injury is to run at least 3 times a week and run at least one of those runs a longer run. So a long run for me is about 3 miles. So I try to do one of the runs about a mile or a mile and a half, and then the second run about a mile and a half to 2 miles or 2.5 miles, and then that third run I try to do a 3-mile run if possible. And so the reason for that is that the longer you run in your target heart rate for fat burning, the more fat you're going to burn. And so I try, if I can, to build up to that longer run, because a 5K is a long run. Oh hey, did you bring me a toy? Hold on, I got dogs bring me, and it's their birthday, so I have to throw them their toys. Okay, so anyway, so try to do at least one longer run a week if you can, and 2 to 3 times a week running is great when you start out. The second thing I wanted to say is the first mile is always the hardest for me. I can't say that for everybody, but it is. It's like during that time I'm trying to get used to the breathing, get in a rhythm. My legs really don't hurt because my Ultras that I wear, those shoes are awesome and I don't have any leg problems, but my legs are weaker at first, and so you're just kind of, you know, getting some warmth into the muscles, and then it just takes a little time to build up. So if the first mile is tough for you, that's normal. I think it's normal. It's normal for me. I definitely, every time I get out there and run, that first mile is hard. So if I'm only running a mile, that mile can be tough for me, that single mile. When I go longer than a mile, it tends to be better. So I try to push myself if possible. Okay, let's see. The third thing is make sure you tie your shoes. There have been several times when I've been out there and my shoe ties get loosish and I don't want to stop, because I know me, if I stop running, I am not going to be able to run again or start running up again. So make sure that you have your shoes tied securely before you get started. Sometimes I tie my shoes and then I just jog a little bit back and forth just to make sure that everything is comfortable before I actually go do a run, especially if it's a longer run. Okay, the next thing I wanted to suggest is that you run when it's cooler outside. Girls! Oh my goodness, just because it's your birthday, they're crazy girls. I have like vicious pugs. Not really. Anyway, I try to run in the morning before it gets too hot, and then to get my vitamin D made, I just sit out here in the backyard or water my plants or whatever for 10-15 minutes every day to make sure that I'm getting vitamin D, that my skin is making vitamin D properly. Okay, the last tip I have for you guys is when you are running uphill, make sure that you take little bitty steps. So what I do is I run really quickly, little bitty steps uphill. And then when I'm going downhill, I try to lengthen my stride and try to push it a little bit and go a little faster on my downhills. When I'm on flats, I just kind of run regular. So remember, going uphill, it helps a lot if you take little itty bitty steps, a little bit quicker itty bitty steps. And then when you're going downhill or on flats, you can take a little bit longer strides to kind of increase your overall miles per hour. So, or your whatever. Anyway, I hope these tips have helped you, and check out my Instagram today, Mrs. Plant in Texas, because I'm going to put a really cute picture of my girls, because today is their 6th birthday and they are shiny vegan pugs. So check it out today, later on today. I gotta do a few things and then I'm gonna get out there and put a picture of them. Anyway, if you have questions about running at all, beginning running, because I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below or write me at mrsplantontexas@gmail.com.
Oh, look.